I found out my student was homeless when I saw him sleeping in our school library at 6 a.m. What the principal did next left me speechless. What's something that made you cry at work? If you'd asked me that question 3 months ago, I would have had a different answer. Now I can pinpoint the exact moment Perda finding Marcus curled up behind the biography section of our high school library, using his backpack as a pillow and his gym sweatshirt as a blanket. I am the English department chair at Roosevelt High, and I'd come in early that Tuesday to prepare for a department meeting. The library isn't even supposed to be open until 7:30, but somehow Marcus had found a way in. When I gently shook him awake, the look of panic in his eyes broke something in me. "Please don't report me, Miss Bennett," he whispered. I just needed somewhere warm. Marcus was one of my AP literature students. Brilliant, quiet, with essays that showed remarkable insight. His attendance had been spotty lately, but his work never suffered. Now I understood why. Over hot chocolate from my emergency teacher's stash, Marcus finally opened up. His mother had lost her job 3 months ago. They'd been evicted from their apartment 2 weeks earlier. They'd been sleeping in their car until it was repossessed 3 days ago. His mother was staying with a cousin who couldn't accommodate both of them, so Marcus had been figuring it out on his own. "But I am still getting my work done," he said, his voice cracking with exhaustion and pride. "I am still going to get that scholarship." I walked Marcus to the counselor's office, my mind racing. How many assignments about the American dream had I assigned? Well, this kid had no place to sleep. How many times had I marked him tardy while he was trying to find a public bathroom to brush his teeth? Our school counselor made some calls while I sat with Marcus' social services, shelters, Halvey's assistants. The bureaucratic maze was dizzying, and most options had waiting lists. Marcus would be 18 in 4 months, which complicated matters further. When our principal, Dr. Rivera, was briefed on the situation, she asked to speak with me privately. "How long until the department meeting?" she asked. "About 40 minutes, I replied. She nodded, grabbed her purse, and said, "Tell them I'll be late. I need you to drive me somewhere right now." 20 minutes later, we pulled up to our house Perrin, a modest 3-bedroom in a quiet neighborhood. She unlocked the door and led me to a small guest room. "My kids are in college now," she explained. "This room has been empty for years." I stared at her, slowly understanding. "Dr. Rivera, there are policies, boundaries. Here's also a 17-year-old sleeping in our library," she interrupted. "I've been an educator for 26 years. If I can't offer temporary shelter to a student in crisis, what am I even doing in this profession?" When we returned to school, Dr. Rivera didn't make a show of her offer to Marcus. She simply told him he had a safe place to stay until more permanent arrangements could be made. His mother could join him on weekends when her cousin was hosting family. "This isn't charity," she told him firmly. "It's community. And there are rules: pay and homework done by 8, help with dishes, and you'll need to walk my dog every morning." That afternoon, I watched Marcus carry his entire life, Perrin one backpack and a garbage bag of clothes parent, to Dr. Rivera's car. 2 days later, I overheard him in the hallway explaining a math concept to another student. He was standing straighter. His voice was stronger. The story could have ended there, with one administrator bending rules to help one student, but it didn't. At the next faculty meeting, Dr. Rivera didn't mention Marcus specifically, but she announced a new initiative, the Roosevelt Emergency Response Fund. She donated the first $1,000 herself. Within a week, teachers, staff, and community members had contributed enough to help 3 more families facing housing insecurity. Yesterday marked 2 months since that morning in the library. Marcus's mother found a new job. They moved into a small apartment partly subsidized by our new emergency fund. Marcus is now leading a student committee to create an on-campus clothing closet and food pantry. This morning I found a note on my desk paired Marcus's college acceptance letter along with a full scholarship. Paperclipped to it was a handwritten note. "Some people talk about the American dream. Others make it possible. I've been teaching for 15 years, watching the gap between educational ideals and student realities grow wider. But for the first time, I feel like we're building a bridge across that gap, one student at a time. Sometimes the most important lesson isn't found in any curriculum. It's found at 6 a.m. in a school library, when we're finally brave enough to see what's been in front of us all along."